2020. What is there to say that hasn't already been said and felt by everyone? I'll spare you my take on everything, but the reality is that I haven't been out much for photographs this year. But like many people, I've been looking forward to the fall season. Today is Sunday, October 18th, and I am back in Zion National Park. So some things have changed in the park this year. Of course, the pandemic is very much still going on with social distancing orders and all, so as a result, the shuttle service has implemented a ticketing system to control the amount of people waiting in line for buses. Tickets are sold in advance, so you can imagine they sell out pretty quickly. However, I did manage to get a ticket for today, so I plan to ride up the main canyon and see how things look. My primary goal for this year was to spend more time on the east side, which is where I'm driving through right now. But as it turns out, it's really busy on the east side today with all the traffic, and I thought it might be good to check on the main canyon anyway. In any case, it's just good to be back in the park and taking photographs again. So I got on the shuttle bus, and that actually wasn't too bad. To be honest, I was expecting worse with the whole crowd of people and stuff, but honestly, went pretty smooth, and as long as you had your ticket ready and stuff, you just board right on the bus and away you go. That's probably the most comfortable I'd been on one of those buses, to tell you the truth, because they were limiting the capacity down to like 19 people or something like that per bus, or 14 for some of them. So I had a dual seat to myself, which was really nice. And then they changed up the routes a little bit too, so you shuttle up into the canyon and they let you out at the lodge. And then there's other buses they've switched up that just do a loop between the Temple of Sinawava and the lodge, and they just go in a loop over and over and over. So you got to transfer to a different bus to get out of the canyon. All in all, not bad, I got to say, considering all the things to do with the pandemic and things. I think the park's doing a pretty good job of taking care of everyone. So kudos on that. So I'm up at Big Bend now, just walking along some of the game trails between here and Weeping Rock, which unfortunately is still closed because of rock fall. It means one of the things that was on my list I won't be able to do, which was Hidden Canyon. But most of the canyon so far looks really green still. There's a couple trees behind me that are red and a couple that are in transition, which is really cool because I really like the fiery reds, but I almost think the ones that are like in transition that have a gradient of color from green to red are more interesting. So we'll see about that. Most of what I've seen so far in the main canyon up here is just way too early, so I don't know how much time I'm going to spend in here, to be honest. Might just stick to the east side, but it was well worth coming up here and checking it out today, and that's what I'm doing, just to kind of get a feel for what's available. And it's been a little hard so far this year to find compositions. I haven't even taken the camera out yet. I'm kind of feeling a little weird and down about that, but I'm sure something will change. I just got to find it. There's some patterns in this mud or algae or whatever it is that look really interesting, and thought maybe there might be a composition in here, but not finding it. It's cool looking though. So I moved this trip up a full 2 weeks earlier than the trip I did last year and the year before. And as a result, being mid-October, it's a little warmer this year. So I think the high was in the lower 80s today. And been just trying to find shade because the sun's high enough now. It's kind of hitting all places in the canyon, and it's a little tough to find a cool place to sit. So far, no real luck on compositions. It's beautiful in here. It's just nice to be in the canyon. It's quiet. The sound of the river is nice, but so far, no dice. It's a little frustrating. I kind of feel like I'm just stuck in a weird funk right now and can't find photographs. Which is kind of weird, but So I came back up to the east side after riding up and down the main canyon in the shuttle bus, and I turned a corner on one of these washes and I found these absolutely beautiful, just dark red leaves on these maple trees. And it's right on the corner right in the area where the wash is on the corner and it goes around. And there's this sandstone slick rock that's in the foreground that's got these, like just wavy shape patterns in the foreground that kind of leads your eye up into the composition, and then off to the right in the background. So what I've set up here and what I'm trying to do is just get the right third of the frame covered in all these red leaves, and then use the left third with the slick rock and all the patterns to help guide your eye up through the composition and then out to the right in the distance. And I think it works really well. The thing is, I know for a fact that this shot's been done. I've seen it before, and I definitely didn't invent this, but I've never seen it in these conditions before, and I just can't help but shoot it. And it's a gorgeous photo. Right now I'm waiting there's just a little bit of light in my composition in the background where the sun's hitting the sandstone wall behind it and it's in full sunlight. I'm waiting for that to kind of creep up a little further up so that it's not blown out in my frame. So I'm shooting this one at f11, 1/5, ISO 100, and it looks to be about 40 millimeters. Focusing for the leaves in the foreground, and then taking a second exposure, focusing for the sandstone that runs off in the distance behind it. And that's pretty much a wrap. I think that's about it for today. The sun's about to set, and it's going to start getting dark, so I think I'm going to head back towards camp and call it a day. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.